One Fight Night 7, Lineker vs Andrade 2 is among us, and we have two incredible title fights in a stacked undercard. And today we're going to break it down from the first fight in the lead card to the main event. This is ZHAXI Productions. Thank you for watching. This fight in the lead card is a strawweight MMA contest between the Papua bad boy ADRIAN Matthes and ZELANG ZHAXI. Both of these guys excel in striking, but in very different ways. ZHAXI is very technical, at least with his jab. He's very quick with it. He's very efficient at debilitating the people he's fighting. Especially in that Daniel Williams fight, it was very exceptional. Matthes, on the other hand, does not have the best technique, but overcomes that with just pure power and just strength that he uses in his fights. He's got maybe the strongest hands in the strawweight division. So it's going to come down to how effectively ZHAXI can shut down Matthes with his jab. I have faith that ZHAXI is going to be able to debilitate Matthes with his jab and then be able to efficiently get up before Matthes can land a counter. So I will be leaning with ZHAXI here. I think he gets a TKO in the late stages of the second round. Continuing on the lead card, we have what might be the fifth installment of Let's Have a Jiu-Jitsu World Champion take on a Sambo World Champion in Jiu-Jitsu and expect the Sambo guy to have a chance, as a lightweight submission contest between Uli Kurtsev taking on Tommy Lineker. I don't think that Kurtsev has much of a shot here. Kurtsev could be able to get maybe a judo throw or a trip in on Tommy, like as you saw in the cage fight, but once he gets down to the ground, the fight's basically going to be over. I could see Tommy either getting a heel hook or using that to transition to the back and maybe trap one of Kurtsev's arms and get a rear naked choke in. So I got Tommy winning this fight via a rear naked choke about 5 minutes in. To finish out the lead card will be a women's atomweight contest between Linda DARROW and Victoria SOUZA. Victoria SOUZA actually has surprisingly good striking. I think she moves her head well. She's got solid hooks. She also has some good BJJ and is able to take it to the ground if she needs to. DARROW, on the other hand, even though she is undefeated and she has a lot of finishes, I'm not really impressed by her head movement. She seems rather stationary when it comes to her striking. I think that's going to leave her open to a lot of strikes from SOUZA. Is younger. I think she's going to be able to have a lot of openings on DARROW and will have the BJJ advantage if it goes down to the ground. So I'll have Victoria SOUZA taking it via a first round submission. Progressing into the main card, there is a light heavyweight contest between former title challenger ANDREI STOICA and FRANÇESKO ZHAXI. For this fight, I think that STOICA should have his way with ZHAXI. I think that the orthodox kicks that he has to the body and to the head are going to be very lethal here, especially the counter shots of STOICA. He's going to be able to catch ZHAXI all day. ZHAXI has a tendency to lunge in a little bit, and STOICA is going to make him pay for that. Jokic is a heavyweight struggle to finish him, so I don't think that STOICA is going to be quite able to because he doesn't have the same power, but I think STOICA will get a definitive decision here. And there's bantamweight kickboxing between SAEMAPETCH FAIRTEX and ZHANG CHENGLONG. This is a good fight for SAEMAPETCH FAIRTEX to see how he does in kickboxing. I think that ZHANG is a competent striker, but he is a little overzealous and a little reckless out there. SAEMAPETCH should be able to efficiently use his boxing here, especially when he works the body. Then he can open up to the head. SAEMAPETCH's going to overall wear out ZHANG over the long term and get a finish via third round via body shots. There will be a pivotal flyweight MMA contest between RONI SAPUTRA and number 3 ranked Danny KINGAD. RONI SAPUTRA has been on a very good tear lately, getting first round finishes back to back to back. Danny KINGAD, on the other hand, has not looked very good as of recent, got completely dominated by Cabron Abasov and hasn't competed for about 14 months. If I was Saputra, I wouldn't really even try to strike with Danny KINGAD. I think KINGAD's movement is way too good for someone like Saputra. I think Saputra is going to have a difficult time landing those overhands and even getting combination work together. Saputra's path to victory will be using his powerful wrestling advantage to get KINGAD down. I do think he is a lot stronger than KINGAD. The biggest question is, will Saputra be able to hold on to this pressure for 15 minutes? Because I don't think he'll be able to submit KINGAD. KINGAD does have solid jiu-jitsu, but I could definitely see Saputra gassing out after the first round and KINGAD making him pay. For KINGAD, be quick out there, invest to the legs and the body early on to try and gas out Saputra as early as possible. I think after the first round, Saputra might not be as explosive as he would be in the first. It's one of the more intriguing fights on the card, but I'm going to go with Saputra here. I think that he's looked exceptional as of recent. KINGAD has not looked like his former self in recent times, so I'll have Saputra taking this via a second round TKO. There is then a catchweight women's grappling contest between Danielle Kelly and former women's strawweight title challenger Aoki Miura. MIURA does have solid judo, but I think she's very one-dimensional in her grappling ability. She pretty much just does a judo throw and then looks for the MIURA lock. Meanwhile, Danielle Kelly, understandably, is a lot more versatile in her jiu-jitsu, possessing very good back takes. So I think this contest will look similar to how Kelly fared against the Sambo World Champion. Kelly's probably going to scramble, get MIURA's back, and then lock in a rear naked choke. I'll have Danielle Kelly taking this via rear naked choke about 3.5 minutes into the contest. The co-main event will be a featherweight Muay Thai title fight between the current defending champion Tawanchai PK Saenchai and Jamal Yusupov. Tawanchai, if he's able to get into his rhythm, is one of the best Thai practitioners in the world. That left kick and left straight that he has are absolutely lethal. He's extremely accurate with it, very defensively sound, while Jamal Yusupov has a very good anti-Thai style. Extremely aggressive, great boxing technique, constantly gives a bunch of different angles, making it difficult for a lot of Thai practitioners to exercise their style. His left straight and left hooks can carry a lot of power with them. The pressure is going to be on Jamal for this fight. He is going to have to push a very aggressive pace early on, work the body of Tawanchai, constantly push him back, make sure it's at a boxing range, try and push for a brawl here. Because if he allows Tawanchai to be at his range and work his rhythm, I think Tawanchai is just going to pick apart Jamal over the course of the fight and get a finish in the middle rounds. But I do think that Jamal holds the capacity to constantly push Tawanchai back and make it difficult. So I will actually predict an upset here. I think Jamal is going to frustrate Tawanchai. I think the first 2 rounds he's going to make it a brawl, and then Tawanchai is going to get a little reckless out there. As you saw in the Petch fight, Petch's best aspect that he had against Tawanchai was in the boxing ability. Jamal is a much better boxer. He's a lot more aggressive, and he definitely has more power in there. If he's able to land consistently on Tawanchai, I think he will knock Tawanchai out. So I predict a 3rd round knockout for Jamal Yusupov, where Tawanchai just gets a little too flustered for the first 2 rounds with Jamal's style, and then tries to brawl it out with him and then gets caught. So Jamal Yusupov by 3rd round knockout to become the new featherweight Muay Thai champion of the world. Finally, in the main event of the evening, a rematch between John Lineker and Fabricio Andrade for the one bantamweight MMA title. This fight is a very vast contrast in styles, as Andrade is one of the best strikers in the weight class. Fabricio Andrade's boxing is very good. His kicks, especially to the body, are exceptional. Great intercepting knees, very technically sound everywhere. He doesn't move his head a lot, and that can leave him open to some shots. Meanwhile, Lineker stylistically is not the best technical fighter in the world, but he has the power to change the fight wherever he wants to, as long as he can connect. A very brawler style. He uses a lot of hooks and pressure in his fight. And as shown in the first fight, he can even possess the ability to take down Andrade. For Lineker, of course, I'm going to say try and wrestle with Andrade as much as possible, because that's Andrade's biggest weakness. And push him into the phone booth, make it a brawl, because when it comes to shot for shot, he can easily outbox Andrade. But it's going to be difficult to trap Andrade. He moves around very well. He's got good footwork. For Andrade, it's just going to be piece apart Lineker, mix it up to the body. Maybe that will open up the head. And just don't get sloppy, because Lineker can always have the ability to knock him out. How I see this fight going, I think that Lineker might get a little flustered in the fight and then try and come forward and be a little bit more reckless. Meanwhile, Andrade will catch him to the knee to the body, similar to how he did against Jeremy Pekatu. Andrade winning this via a 2nd round knockout due to a body shot. For the fight I am most anticipating on this card, I will go with Jamal Yusupov versus Tawanchai. Extremely perplexing stylistic matchup there. I'm excited to see how it turns out. As for the fighter to watch on the card, I'm going to go with Jamal Yusupov as well. I think that he has the potential to put on a very good upset. And with that, that is the end of my prediction video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe for more content. Please leave a comment telling me your own predictions. This is Shower TV Productions, and I'm out.